Hi everyone, it's Kayla, your friendly Columbus, Ohio realtor, and I want to wish you a belated happy Thanksgiving and upcoming happy holiday season. Hopefully it won't be crazy. Today I wanted to talk to you about 10 things you can do, that's it, 10, to stage your home so it'll sell quickly. It'll probably, we're in a seller's market, but every little bit you do is going to do everything to guarantee the highest price and the quickest sale that you could possibly see. And these 10 tips for staging are going to help you sell your house fast and for more money. So tip number one is, let me look at my list real quick. Sorry, make sure I get them in order. Tip number one is get rid of the clutter. There is a rule, we call it the 70-30 rule, and that rule is that you live in 70% of your house and 30% of your house you don't live in. When you are trying to sell your house, you want it to look like you only live in 30% and that 70% of the home is unlived in. And this is that decluttering phase. This is going to make the home look bigger, brighter, more space, clean, happy, and it's really going to attract buyers. So remember that rule, 70-30. You want your home to look like you only live in 30%, so declutter. You're going to be moving anyway, so this is a great time for you to start packing things up, getting rid of things that you realize you don't need, and making that move that much easier. Now, the next thing you want to consider is the furniture groupings. So we have a tendency to place furniture against walls. And this isn't necessarily the best way to show off a room. If you want to show off the space in a room, you want to group furniture in areas in the room to help show how the room can be used, the function of the room, and how much space there is. So take a look at a family room and see if maybe there's an area that you can have that's just conversation seating and another area around the television that is for TV to really show off that space. But if you push everything against the walls, it actually does a disservice to your room. The third thing you want to consider as I refer back to my trusty list is, drumroll please, transform your rooms. So many of us have homes where we have a room, maybe even two, where those rooms are just storage. They're just a catch-all. They should be a bedroom, but they're not because we don't have anyone that needs to use it. Maybe it's an office. You want to make sure all those rooms that you're kind of not sure what you're using them for, that you make it very clear the purpose of each room. So make a bedroom look like a bedroom, make a den look like a den, show off that space so that the buyers don't have to guess. If they have to guess, they're not going to guess well, and they're not going to be as attracted to your house as another one where everything is very obvious to them. We want to make it all very clear how great your space is. We don't want them to have to guess and say, maybe, maybe not. The next thing you want to do, lights, 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 lights. Open all the windows, open all the blinds, turn every last light on. Every time you have a showing, make sure your home is as well lit as it possibly can be. If you need to add a few extra lights, go ahead and do that. Make sure the light bulbs are the newer light bulbs that are bright and really show off a room. You don't want exposed light bulbs. Make sure that you have lamps or covers or globes over them so that the room is well lit and you're showing it off and you're making it look as big as possible, but it doesn't look like it needs work. If you have an exposed light bulb, people are going to go, I need to put a little more work into this house. Next, go neutral with your paint colors. Any room that you have that's a Buckeye room, like we have so many here in Columbus. Dark blues were popular at one time, like the forest, hunter green, the burgundies, those were really popular paint colors at one time. A child's room that's maybe a little girl's that's bright pink or a little boy's that's bright blue. You want to neutralize those colors because buyers come in and paint sure is cheap, it's inexpensive, it's easy to change, but in their minds they're thinking, oh God, one more thing I have to do. So neutralize all the paint colors. I recommend Canvas Tan from Sherwin-Williams. It's a great neutral, goes with everything, so it won't be a problem to match your furniture, but go through and neutralize all that stuff. The next thing you want to do is make every room look bigger. Lights will do that. Neutral paint colors will do that. Painting smaller rooms that are adjacent to larger rooms the same color. Say you have a small kitchen, but it's adjacent to a large family room. Make sure the colors are the same. It connects the room and it makes that room look larger. Mirrors, Another great way to make a small room appear bigger. So do whatever you can to make a room look as large as it possibly can. Next, use your garden. Curb appeal does so much to sell a home. You don't have to go out of your way. I know it's wintertime, but you can get a few potted plants, a little extra greenery, a nice wreath on your door, maybe put a Christmas tree outside, just a small decorated one. You can get those anywhere, but use your garden to decorate. Also, a little staging tip that I have is that they have found if there's a little bit of greenery in every room, that home becomes more attractive to a buyer. There's something about that green, that life that you bring into that room that sells the home, it sells the space, and it sells the room. So bring some pieces of your garden from outside in and put a little bit of green in every room. If you don't have any living green, because, well, right now it is winter, you could always go to IKEA. They're great. They're inexpensive, and they have cute little greens that you can just place in spots in the house. But put something green, something living in every room, and that's going to really help make things pop. The next thing you want to do, make your necessary repairs. You know that honey-do list that you've been looking at for a while and you've been trying to knock out? It's time, honey, to get those do's done. Get them finished. The jiggly doorknob, the toilet that keeps running, the new caulk around a bathtub, the chip paint on one of the walls from moving furniture around. Take care of all that stuff. Knock it all out. Get it all out of the way, and make sure that the list is done, because buyers are going through with their realtors and they're saying, I see that's not right, that's not right, and they're deducting all that from the sale price. So if you take care of all those things ahead of time, you have no reason to worry. Furthermore, when you get to the inspection phase, they're not going to be asking for all that stuff to be done at that point either, because you finished it already. Most of these things are small, they're inexpensive, you just haven't had time, and they're easy to live with. Well, a home buyer doesn't want to start out having to live with that. So go ahead, knock out that list and repair everything. The last thing you want to do is clean. Seems like a no-brainer, right? Clean your house. You would be surprised the homes that I've seen in my years of being a realtor. I've gone to showings where dirty dishes are in the sink, overflowing. There's trash in common areas in the home. Just make sure you keep the home clean. If you do everything else on this list, if you do all the other 9 items, you won't have to live in a museum for very long. You won't have to keep it immaculate for very long. I understand you're living there. It's tough to keep it clean all the time for those showings. But if you do all these things, you're going to sell fast, and you won't have to worry about it after that. You'll have your home sold and in contract in a few days, and then you can move on with your life and you can start looking for your new home. So those are my 10 tips for you. I know this was a little long because there was a lot to share with you, but I hope you find it useful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Share a little love with me. Definitely place any questions you have in the comment section below. You can also email me. My email is going to be coming across the screen very soon here, and it's Rachel, R-A-C-H-E-L, at Rachel Kayla, RACHELKAYLA.com. So have a wonderful week. Enjoy your holiday season. I hope you get to spend time with those who are most important to you, and we'll be talking soon. Bye, everyone.